Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches: New York Mets vs Pittsburgh Pirates, San Diego Padres vs Washington Nationals, and Baltimore Orioles vs Kansas City Royals, which are happening on Saturday, July 17, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. The New York Mets entered Friday with a 47-40 record, leading the National League East by 3.5 games over the second-place Philadelphia Phillies. The Mets are led by their pitching staff, which ranks 4th with a 3.43 team ERA, and a defense that is also 4th, with 39 runs saved this season. The Mets have announced Tyler Megill as the starting pitcher for Saturday. This year, Megill has tossed 18 innings and has a 3.50 ERA with no decisions in 4 starts. Megill only went 3 2/3 innings in his last start, allowing 4 hits and 1 earned run, resulting in a 4-2 Mets win over the Pirates in a 7-inning game last Saturday. The Pirates are bottom in the NL Central and have yet another tough task ahead of them. They are facing off in a series against a consistent Mets team who are first in the NL East. To add on to this, the Pirates are sending 1-5 Will Crowe to the mound, who has been bad this season. Crowe has a 6.06 ERA with 50 Ks and 55 IP. He has been struggling this season and is now facing off against a very consistent team. If he can keep the damage to a minimum, the Pirates will have a chance to win. To do this, however, he will have to accomplish something he hasn't done all season. New York is second to last in MLB, averaging just 3.7 runs per game and 24th, with a .231 batting average as a team. Pete Alonso led the team with a .328 on-base percentage, 17 home runs, and 49 RBI at the All-Star break. Francisco Lindor, who has a team-best 70 hits with 11 home runs and 36 RBI, despite just a .227 batting average, left Friday's game with an apparent oblique injury. My betting advice for that game is to pick New York Mets. It's not often that a team loses by 16 runs in Major League Baseball, especially not when they score 8 runs themselves. I expect the Nationals to be anxious to get back on the field and play well after Friday night's massacre. Patrick Corbin will be throwing for Washington. The Southpaw isn't having his best season but has been solid recently, holding opponents to 3 runs or less in 5 of his last 6 starts. I like Washington's chances here as a home dog, especially going up against Blake Snell, who has been horrendous on the road this season. San Diego has been doing decently on offense. As a team, they have a batting average of .241, which is 13th overall. They have an ERA of 3.41, which is 3rd place overall, and a total of 428 runs for the season thus far. Their current star is Fernando Tatis Jr., who has a batting average of .286, 28 home runs, an RBI of 62, and an OPS of 1.020, which is tied for 3rd. San Diego has the power to push through if he can continue to bring his A game. The Nationals had 13 hits and scored 8 runs on Friday night, which would be enough to win on most nights. Eric Fed started the game for Washington and allowed 6 hits in just 1 1/3 innings of work, and things only got worse from there. The Nationals found themselves trailing 12-3 heading into the bottom of the 4th inning and couldn't recover. Juan Soto tried his best, going 3 for 4 with 2 home runs and 4 RBI in the loss. Patrick Corbin, who is 6-7 with a 5.40 ERA in 17 starts this year, will start for the Nationals on Saturday. Corbin made his last start on the road against the Padres on July 7, picking by the decision in Washington's 15-5 win, allowing just 2 runs in 6 innings of work. On the season, Corbin is 5-3 with a 4.88 ERA in 9 road starts. Now, shifting over to pitching. As a team, San Diego has an average of 148.4 pitches per game and a batting average allowed of .226. As mentioned before, they will be putting Blake Snell on the mound. He has a WL of 45.33, an ERA of 3.43, and a WHIP of 1.27. This season he has played a total of 16 games and has pitched a total of 70.1 innings. The Washington Nationals haven't been doing too well this season. As a team they've got 42 wins, which is 21st place overall. They have a batting average of .253, which is 6th overall. They have 372 runs and an ERA of 4.12, which is 12 overall. As we can see, there is not too much to say. For batting, their leader is Trey Turner, who has a batting average of .319. He's hit 17 home runs, has an RBI of 42, and an OPS of .888. Now for pitching, this team averages 142.8 pitches per game. They have a batting average allowed of 0.237 and 2.69 strikeouts walks. They will be sending Patrick Corbin to the mound, who has a WL of 6-7, an ERA of 5.40, and a WHIP of 1.40. In the past 7 days, he has played one game which he won and pitched for 6 innings against the San Diego Padres. My betting advice for that game is to pick Washington National. It was a tough loss for the Orioles on Friday, especially with it being the first time they faced the Royals this season. That wasn't a good first impression, and you can expect more where that came from on Saturday night. It isn't often that the Royals get to play a team with a worse pitching rotation than them, but they'll have an opportunity to run roughshod over an Orioles team throwing a league-worst 5.60 ERA. Those kinds of struggles on the road haven't typically come with a happy ending for a team that's only won 15 games away from their home building. Opposing teams are averaging 9.21 hits per game against the Orioles. So there will be plenty of opportunities for the Royals to send pitches into orbit. No, Kansas City hasn't been much better defensively, but they're at home with a better resume than this Orioles team. The Orioles have been one of the worst teams in the MLB this season, and the injuries to their rotation have only made things worse, with John Means, Dean Kremer, and Bruce Zimmerman all on the injured list. The Orioles will have to turn to Spencer Watkins as a result, who isn't in the normal rotation for the team. Watkins has only started 2 games all season and has allowed 2 runs while tossing 6 strikeouts, but the Orioles will need a great start from him in the upcoming game to help turn the season around. As for the Royals, they'll sleep peacefully knowing they have the Orioles right where they want them. Friday's performance should be a solid confidence booster heading into Saturday's game. The Orioles' pitching rotation is ranked dead last in ERA this season, which opens the doors to another possible offensive explosion from the Royals. Opposing teams are averaging 5.64 runs per game against Baltimore this season. In addition to the injury-riddled pitching staff, the Orioles also have one of the worst offenses in the MLB, scoring only 4.09 runs per game. Cedric Mullins, Trey Mancini, and Ryan Mountcastle have combined for 46 home runs this season, with each of the 3 batters also possessing a slugging percentage of .447 or higher, but the rest of the batting order has struggled. Nobody else in the lineup has 10 home runs or more on the season, and Austin Hayes is the only batter with an OPS plus of 100 or higher other than the 3 prominent hitters for the Orioles, indicating that the back half of the order has been a mess this season. So there's no reason why the sleepy bats of the Royals can't continue to find life. On the defensive side of things, Brady Singer has been pegged as the starting pitcher for this game. He's throwing a 4.52 ERA and 1.48 WHIP on top of a 3-6 record. The 24-year-old righty would love to get himself one step closer to .500 win percentage by taking the Orioles' struggling batting lineup apart. My betting advice for that game is to pick Kansas City Royals. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.